For Joe Biden to steal documents and have possession of them, this is a serious investigation, and the communists at NARA can't hide it anymore. And Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice, they have to be held accountable if they don't treat Joe Biden exactly the same way they're treating President Trump.
It isn't what it looks like. It isn't.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Is Joe Biden going to be removed from office for breaking the law? The very same laws that they say Donald Trump broke when they raided his home in Mar-a-Lago, went after Melania's underwear and his kids' Minecraft games? That's right. They went after Donald Trump because they said that Donald Trump took classified information. Well, now we have proof that Joe Biden did the exact same thing, but worse. Check this out. Exclusive. U.S. intelligence materials related to Ukraine, Iran, and UK found in Biden's private office. Sources tell CNN. This is CNN saying that Joe Biden had a dozen classified documents in his private office at a fake think tank. These documents were dated between 2013 and 2016 from when Joe Biden was vice president. Joe Biden has no right to have these documents. Joe Biden has no ability to declassify. He is the vice president. He is useless as tits on a boar. And so he has no ability to actually declassify or classify anything. CNN, of course, misses this fact in their little graphic card here, talking about the classified documents and the differences between Donald Trump. Donald Trump has the right to declassify documents and to have any document he damn well pleases because the authority of the executive is found upon Donald Trump's shoulders. It is not upon the shoulders of the vice president. Joe Biden broke the law. U.S. intelligence materials related to Ukraine, Iran, and the UK were among the classified documents kept by Joe Biden at the time of his vice presidency. Sources told CNN. The source familiar with the matter told the outlet that the documents are from a U.S. intelligence briefings and memos related to topics including Ukraine, Iran, and the United Kingdom. Well, that's interesting. Why would Joe Biden be hoarding documents from Ukraine and Iran? Well, Joe Biden was part of a regime that put in place the Iran deal, which was a huge payout to the mullahs, and also a guy who bragged about regime change and getting prosecutors fired in Ukraine on behalf of his son, Hunter. Is Joe Biden a criminal? The answer is yes. Is Joe Biden committed treason here? Well, the answer is possibly. Will Joe Biden be removed from office? We'll find out. The materials were identified by person attorneys for the president on November 2nd. Days before the midterm elections. Why didn't we know about this during the midterm elections? And according to special counsel, they were returned then to the National Archivist. So the Justice Department is investigating Joe Biden for mishandling of classified information. It's very curious, however, if we go to what the libs have to say about this when Donald Trump did it, allegedly. The libs, including super lawyer Mark Elias, had this to say. U.S. Code 2071, concealment, removal, or mutilation generally of government documents. Whoever has custody of such records, proceedings, maps, books, documents, paper, and other thing willfully or unwillfully conceals, removes, mutilates, obliterates, falsifies, or destroys them shall be fined, shall be imprisoned no more than 3 years, and shall forfeit his office, disqualified from holding any office in the United States. Are they going to remove Joe Biden for this? It continues. Lawrence O'Donnell saying that this disqualifies Donald Trump from holding office. Well, does it disqualify Joe Biden? Ron Flipkowski saying that Trump said that this is a precedent. Military, DOJ, personal law firm, military was his. Secret Service, Air Force, classified documents. His arrogance will be his downfall. Interesting. It's not bad when Trump does it. It's amazing how, these people are deleting now their tweets. Who hasn't accidentally removed classified materials? Trump stole classified documents. Biden didn't. Ha, wrecked, lib. Rob Reiner. About the December 6th runoff, there's absolutely no reason for Merrick Garland to not indict Donald Trump for stealing classified government documents. Well, bingo, bango, bongo. Joe Biden did the exact same thing, and he lied about it. Check this out, this old clip of Joe Biden actually lying about not having access to classified documents.
2018, Joe Biden addressed his access to classified information in an interview with me. This was in the context of Russia's interference in U.S. elections, and it was in that office. the Penn Biden Center.
I don't have access to classified information anymore. I don't get briefed every morning by the agency, as I did for 8 years.
But you did have access to classified information. You were stashing classified information in your office at the University of Pennsylvania. And also, curiously, that's the same university that has tons of Chinese yen flowing through it. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Chinese yen flows through the University of Pennsylvania. Now, we're just asking questions here, but did the Chinese officials that are paying the University of Pennsylvania get a quid pro quo that they got to oogle the classified documents that Joe Biden had in his possession at the University of Pennsylvania? We're just asking questions here. It's odd that the University of Pennsylvania takes hundreds of millions of dollars in donations from China. Here, of course, is that evidence right there. You can see here, donations to Penn. Did Chinese agents pay to get access to classified documents? There's these weird versions of stories here. $54 million in Chinese gifts donated to UPenn as the home of the Biden Center is opened. So as soon as the Penn Biden Center got started, the Chinese started funneling money. The Penn president, Amy Gutmann, who Joe Biden immediately nominated as an ambassador, was questioned about the Chinese donations at her ambassador's hearing. Penn can't explain the mystery donations from Chinese companies. Penn struggled to explain $3 million in donations from Hong Kong shell company with connections to the Chinese government. Weird. Why is Penn, the University of Pennsylvania, taking all of this cash? Why? The president, according to Mike Davis, has the inherent constitutional authority to declassify information at will. And that means that the federal laws that criminalize and disclosure of classified secrets do not apply to him. They do apply to people like Joe Biden, because Joe Biden was just a useless turd inside of the punch bowl. He was the vice president. It's a lame-ass office. Doesn't give him any power. The people elect the president, and the president is vested with extraordinary powers as the executive. Donald Trump was the president. And so Donald Trump has a different set of rules to govern him. Joe Biden smiles at reporters who asked him about breaking the law. What is Joe Biden hiding? Here's what that looked like.
But I never.
So Tucker had this to say as it pertains to why Joe Biden might be silent on this, and wondering if Joe Biden did give these classified documents
now,
to the Communist Chinese.
We don't know exactly what these classified documents are, and unlike Michael Beschloss and the former head of the CIA, we're not going to speculate. But according to CNN, they were very sensitive. Quote, the classified materials included some top-secret files with the sensitive compartmented information designation, also known as SCI, which is used for highly sensitive information obtained from intelligence sources. So what exactly were these materials? Were they the nuclear codes? We're probably going to find out pretty soon, because there's no question Merrick Garland will unleash one of his signature pre-dawn raids on the University of Pennsylvania at any moment. Because it's a national security threat. Merrick Garland will get right on that. But actually, Penn may be a national security event. We know you're very impressed your nephew got in, but Penn, as an institution, takes an awful lot of money from the Chinese Communist Party. Not making that up. In recent years, Penn has received more than $50 million from anonymous Chinese donors. So the question is, were those donors peering at the classified documents, the national security secrets that Joe Biden had been stashing at the fake think tank that Penn set up for him? How much access did they have exactly to these documents? We're very much looking forward to the Washington Post expose on that.
Yeah, now those are real questions. Those are the kind of questions that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants answered. Marjorie Taylor Greene moments ago saying that Joe Biden needs to be impeached for the revelation of stealing classified government documents, probably the kind of documents that he would need in order to cover up his tracks for getting his son's prosecutor fired in Ukraine, for the dirty Iran deal. And of course, Joe Biden, when it came to talking smack about Donald Trump, doing the same thing, even though Donald Trump has the power to do it, Joe Biden was ready to throw the bricks at Donald Trump.
You saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago. What did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. how anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that, I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it's just totally irresponsible.
And you don't know.
Totally irresponsible. Yes, Joe Biden's never done anything like this. Super lawyer for the Democrats and the person who was in charge of the Russiagate investigation, a guy named Andrew Weissman, a truly evil and banal character, says it's not a crime to accidentally take and retain government documents. If learning you have the doc, you return them. There's no crime. That's not what Trump did. There's a crime. Yeah, it is actually a crime. We can point you to these statutes. These statutes that literally say that you are not allowed to do this and that you forfeit your office. Does this mean that Joe Biden will have to forfeit his office? Oh, well. The ladies of The View had this to say about that. Joe Biden can't forfeit his office because, well, we know Trump's bad and we know Joe Biden is good.
But I think that what you just said is right, that there are differences in what happened.
Yes, but the optics are not good.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief. You know? We know that. So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's
okay. As always, the clucking heads of The View say the unsayable. They love Joe Biden. They don't like Trump. So there's two sets of rules and there's two sets of standards in this country. It becomes even more comical and clownish when you put all of the vernacular and the seething and the venom together that they said about Donald Trump in one simple supercut.
If the Trump people represented that they provided all the classified or national security information and didn't, that's a serious problem.
No one is above the law. Yep. And the rule of law in a democracy, has to be our standard.
No person is above the law, not even the President of the United States, not even a former President of the United States.
The intelligence community needs to do its risk and damage assessment about how Donald Trump's very reckless handling of these documents might have harmed our national security.
This was not a mistake that these documents landed, at Mar-a-Lago. This is what he intended. And it also, by the way, shows that they really want to get these documents back. And every second that they're at this beach house in the possession of Donald Trump is a risk to our national security.
Eric Swalwell, in a rare moment where he didn't shit himself on camera. Very, very special, Eric Swalwell. Well done. Joe Biden did actually keep these classified documents for his own personal possession. It is illegal to do that. He has no right, as the lowly, meager vice president, to keep any classified documents. The president actually does have a right, and that has been decided by law. There are cases about this. Bill Clinton did this. It's standing law. The president has every right to keep classified documents, and Joe Biden does not. Why does he have the sensitive materials related to Iran and Ukraine? Why is it always Ukraine? Interesting questions that we still have yet to answer.
That he used in the run-up to the 2020 election. The documents date back to the president's time as vice president in the Obama administration, and they reportedly contain confidential U.S. intelligence memos and information on Ukraine, Iran, and the UK. Reaction coming in moments from our panel. Jessica Tarlov and Doug Collins standing by. But first, White House correspondent Peter Doocy has got the breaking details from the White House, which I guess today, Peter, is a bit of a glass house.
And John, we have reached out to the counsel's office about that detail that these documents reportedly pertained to Ukraine and Iran, both which would be pertinent because as vice president for Barack Obama, Joe Biden talked about Ukraine and Iran a fair amount. To add some context to where this think tank is, it's about 1.5 miles from the White House, a 10-minute drive, over in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. It's in a big skyscraper office building, or as tall as buildings get in D.C., and when you look at their YouTube channel, there's not much there. There's a few very brief sets of Biden one-on-one discussions about foreign policy, Biden remarks, but that's about it. It's not a place that, as president, we have known him to go. And really, from what I remember covering him on the campaign trail, it's not a place that I remember him ever hosting an event at or spending much time at. So we don't know who exactly had access over the last few years to this facility. Something else we have a little bit more clarity on this afternoon is why this is coming out now, or I should say we don't have more clarity, but we at least have a response. Because the documents were located by a presidential personal attorney on November 2nd. That is before the midterms. So when we asked the counsel's office this afternoon why this is timed to come out right now, we did get a response, and I'm just going to read it to you because we just got it. It says, this is an ongoing process under review by DOJ, so we are going to be limited in what we can say at this time, but we are committed to doing this the right way, and we will provide further details when and as appropriate. That is coming from the White House counsel's office. It looks like our colleagues down in Mexico City are doing their best to try to get presidential reaction. We don't know if we're going to get that today or if it's going to have to wait. John.
Yeah, so I think it will be waiting for a very long time. They don't want to answer these questions. And because they know what the actual answer to these questions are, is that Joe Biden broke the law. And based on what Democrat lawyers, super lawyers for the DNC say, Joe Biden must be removed from office and put directly in jail. What do you think? Should Joe Biden be put in jail for removing sensitive, classified, top secret documents pursuant probably his dirty deals in Iran and Ukraine? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember, keep up the fight, keep memeing, keep laughing, keep reporting, keep thinking, keep being critical and criticizing. That is what keeps our country free. Join me every single week in doing that. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears taste like ice cream. We ridicule the establishment, and we do so because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you liked what you saw, please click the thumbs up. Please punch, subscribe, and ring the bell to let you know when we have a new video. Don't you want us to let you know when we're live? Please check out more of our videos here and sign up for our mailing list in case something happens and the plug gets pulled. We want to be able to keep in touch with you. My name is Benny Johnson, and thank you for watching. Based Patriots, stay free.